48.5 points. We are about to start our under 64 kilos loading event. Sandbag, 175 pounds. Husafeld, 175 pounds, 80 kilos each. Load them onto the sled and then drag them all the way back. This is a brutal event. Quimby, Wong and Scott are our first three athletes. Nice fast footwork here. Loads the sandbag and she is sprinting back to get that Husafeld. So this is an awkward object. Need to get it up high on the chest. Going to try and sprint as quick as they can to load these into the sled. Now it's all about dragging this implement. Every ounce of energy you have. And you can see how heavy this is. The lady's really struggling to get this to budge.
The sled itself weighs over 400 pounds empty. Now they just added another 175
Quimby, Wong and Scott all struggling with this sled. It is a brutally heavy implement. And look at this. Radzi, with three of our athletes currently, they sprinted through the first two sections, but this drag has slowed them all right down. It's absolutely brutal, giving everything they have.
The tough thing about the concrete is it's so inconsistent with its friction, so you can't get to a momentum and just keep it. It sometimes sticks, it sometimes holds you.
Funk and Concepcion, our next four athletes. Now all four of these ladies should have no issues with this sandbag. It's 80 kilos, so heavier than they are, but they are extremely strong athletes. The issue is going to come when it comes to that drag. That's where this event is going to be won and lost. Even being slow at the moment in lane 3 there, it's not too much of a concern for Gillian Funk. She just needs to make sure when she gets to that drag, she has lots of energy left.
Well, we know Gillian's got a good pair of lungs on her because she sang the national anthem yesterday.
She did indeed. Here we go. This group of athletes going very well here, keeping this sled moving. This is what you need to do. You need to keep that momentum going. Do not stop, even though your lactic acid is building up in the glutes, in the quads, in the hamstrings. He's screaming at you. It's burning. You've got to keep it moving. You don't want to come to that stop.
And that's exactly what's just happened.
Look at this. Lane 2 still going. Helgensen almost across. She's nearly there. Are we going to see our first athlete finish? We do. We have a finisher. They just need to cross the line. The front end of that sled. Oh, so close.
That is painful. What an effort.
She's so close.
I'll tell you what, CrossFit, more so than people that have come across from things like powerlifting or Olympic lifting.
You need to have that mindset of I don't mind pain. I don't mind pushing myself to the limit.
Aldridge not far behind. All the sandbags into the sled simultaneously as these U64 ladies.
Hannah, Siobhan, Antonia and Laurie are four athletes all on to the shield carry. Husafell stone, which is a replica of the traditional Icelandic Husafell stone, loadable, so we can change the weights for all these athletes.
And a good point that Aaron West just made there is the footwear.
Absolutely, you can see Siobhan there just slipping slightly.
And it is slightly dusty out there.
It is, and you may look at using different footwear in different situations. So maybe outdoors on some kind of like rougher concrete, you might look at using rock climbing boots or something like that. In here, I'd probably go for like a decent walking shoe. Probably avoid things like trainers and Converse and those type of shoes.
But I'll tell you what, Hannah Calderon is not giving up.
That was a good effort there, but it shows the impressive performances from our second heat. World in terms of bench pressing, squatting, deadlifting. That doesn't necessarily help you on an event like this if you're going to give up when it starts to hurt.
175 pounds in that sandbag.
All four ladies nice and fast.
She is sprinting in lane 3.
Look at that.
pounds in the high temp Husafeld sculpt.
Like we
Holly
said,
McRae just sprinting.
this all comes down to the drag.
Quickly in lane number 1. McRae first the sled.
Now, who has got some energy left for this sled? Holly McRae looks like she's just about in the lead there.
40 seconds off the clock.
Absolutely just stopping them in their tracks, this sled drag. Resorting to that shunting technique of kind of just pulling with everything you've got, using the arms, legs.
Chloe Brennan, you can see, just not managing to shift it whatsoever.
You really notice that their light body weight is not going to help in this. You mentioned about the Masters. The Masters will have a lot more body weight, which does help a little on these type of events.
3, 2, 1.
And it's just effort just to get a little further. Oh, she's angry with herself.
Judges ready. Athletes ready. On the whistle.
So, nice and fast. Real fast pickup there by Rhea in lane number 4. She is absolutely rapid with this sled, this sandbag.
Matthews not far behind.
Look how quick she is.
Husafeld, that's 175 pounds.
Kristen on lane number 1 up fast with the Husafeld. Shannon just a little further behind.
Lovelace, Clifford, Matthews, all.
Here we go. Now, how do they move this? This is where we see this event won and lost. Rhiannon attacking it with big, powerful pulls. Look at her, really being aggressive, trying to keep it moving. She has to keep using that shunting technique. Drives the legs down, pulls hard with the arms, and it's working well for her. But look, Shannon Clifford in lane number 2, I believe, coming through. Look at this, she's moving through. She's come from miles behind. She can take the lead in this heat. Nothing is stopping her.
Fall,
She's
don't
going,
fall.
keep going. Look at this, this is an
not fall.
amazing performance. She can get across, 10 seconds to go.
So
Keep
close,
going.
so close.
Wow, what a comeback there by Shannon Clifford. Amazing performance. She was a full length behind going in to the Husafeld carry, but when it came down to the drag, she'd put the work in. An incredible performance there by Shannon Clifford. And look what it's left her. She has given every
That
ounce.
advisory.
Yeah, you don't want anything too tight around the knees. If it's just knee sleeves, might be not too bad. You don't want knee wraps, that's for sure.
175 pounds. The sandbag, 50 foot the distance. They have to carry it.
And this is where it helps being Tom Stoltman, having arms like an albatross.
Very successful with their bag back for the Husafeld stone. That's a 50 foot distance back. 175 pounds. Is
So
the high temp Husafeld.
Barrios really struggling with that sandbag. But the Husafeld stone being carried by Bergen very
Bergen
effectively.
onto the drag now, and this, as we've mentioned,
Sled loaded. She's got
is
40
where
seconds off the clock.
it's all won and lost. You have to get it moving, and you've got to keep it moving. That's the key. You don't really want to do this stop-start type move. There we go. She's moving her feet now. If she can keep driving hard with every single step, you need to keep applying power. Every time that foot goes down into the ground, drive hard. Keep pushing through the toe, through the heel, and keep leaning back. You don't need to look forward. You can lean back, look up in the air, use that body weight, and just keep those legs driving every single step. Much easier said than done, because the legs will be burning. They will feel like they're on fire.
So again, kudos to Clifford for what she accomplished. Oh, great camaraderie.
Judges ready. Athletes ready.
We are ready.
Whistle.
Maria Kristinska in lane number 1 from England.
175 pounds away.
Moving well with the sandbag.
So we're seeing a variety of body shapes here.
Krasinski, the first in-depth down to her Husafeld. That's 175 pounds.
I mean, just the carrying the Husafeld and the sandbag alone would have your lungs burning.
You will be breathing hard after those first 2 implements. Just trying to get it set how she wants. Here we go then. All about the drag.
Okay, who's got
Stefanik
it?
in the middle going nicely, keeping the sled moving.
Stefanik definitely has time to cross the line. She definitely has time. Go on, Christy.
Got to keep pumping those legs. She's doing very well here.
Methodical.
Come from behind, from the sandbag and the Husafell stone, but she's moving well here.
She's got to have to pick up the pace slightly.
Just needs to keep it going. Keep every inch that you can cover is going to be crucial.
I wonder how many places will be separated by just a few meters.
At the load and drag. Kiki's height a big advantage here. Takes long strides, gets the sandbag loaded, sprints back. She's got that long wingspan. No issues with the Husafell stone.
And just a reminder, Loz, Higa and Williams are 11th and 12th. They need a good performance here to stay in this competition, to stay in the official strongman
And
games.
look at this by Beryl Johnson. She is flying with this drag. This is impressive. Look at this. We've seen so many athletes struggle with this implement. She is eating up the course quickly.
20 seconds left on the event.
Still over 20 seconds to go. She's going to finish, no problem at all. And then,
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And not even gassed. She's tired, but she's not destroyed.
Hager, though, is performing exceptionally well. You said she's in a battle here, needs to do well.
She's crossed the finish line.
That could be very important when we look at the top 10 after this event.
She was 11th coming into this. 3 points separating her and 10th place. But that... Okay, and we're off.
McGrath, Davis versus Rush.
Well,
Coming up in the distance here, Rush the first into the sled on the same back. Now we're back to the Husafell stone.
And
175 pounds.
Janet McGraw in lane 2. She is currently in 10th position. She needs a good performance to hold that position and keep her in the competition.
She's being steady on this Husafell carry. It all comes down, as we've mentioned so far, to this sled drag. This is where the effort needs to go. 100% effort now. She's going to have to pull hard. Struggling to break the line. In lane number 1 there, Samantha McLean moving very nicely. Just comes through to the stop, but she's moving again. Got to keep those feet going. Don't let it stop.
Janet McGraw making some progress now, though.
15 seconds.
Will it be enough? And she's got it moving finally.
Rush in lane 4.
In lane
10 seconds to go.
number 1 as across the finish line. Lane number 4, Jessica Rush going very well.
Wow.
Now, did McGraw do enough there, do you think? She came back strong towards the end.
We've had some brilliant performances. McLean cross, I can only presume is the women's under 82 kilograms.
Kelly Jones in lane number 1. Sam Taylor in lane number 2. Sue Taylor Franklin, Wales, lane number 3. And Aisha Ullah from Ireland in lane number 4. And it's Sam Taylor into an easy first sandbag, puts her into the lead. She's sprinting back to the Husafell stone. Just took her time, making sure you get those hands in the right position, but she's moving well again. Loads the Husafell stone, and now it's coming down to the drag.
Here we go. How much do they want
it?
it?
Overall, currently all moving well. Ulla, Taylor in lane 2, Jones in lane 1. All 3 of these athletes doing exceptionally well, can all finish. Sue Taylor Franklin needs to really keep dragging this sled. She needs to get more distance to make sure she overtakes a few of the other ladies that have been so far. Sam Taylor finishes in first place. Ulla finishes second. Jones finishes. Very strong heat from these ladies. And now she has given it everything there. Taylor Franklin on the floor, exhausted. Has she done enough to secure a top 10 position and make it through to day 3? Incredible performance. Puts herself in contention, only 1 point behind our leader, Rhiannon Lovelace.
Oh dear.
Now we move on to our under 73 kilo category. So the sandbag stays at 175 pounds, 79.4 kilos. The Husafel has gone up to 200 pounds, 90 kilos. That's a jump up of 10 kilos. And our first 2 athletes to attack this course. 4 athletes. I've been given the wrong sheet again. So Hogg on lane number 1.
40 seconds off the clock. Mitchell, Hogg, inches between them. Who's it going to be? Lane 1.
This is a tight battle between Mitchell and Hogg. Lane 4, lane 1, lane 1 is going to... Oh, I cannot tell you who won that one. Superb finish. We're going to have to go to a photo finish between Jessica Mitchell and Megan Hogg. Lane number 3. Rolikova from Czech Republic crosses the line. 3 of our athletes in this heat, all finishing. That's all it is.
Athletes ready.
We like to make them suffer here. And our next 4 athletes.
175 pounds to the sandbag. Walklet shot out of the cannon down on lane number 4. Already on her way back to her 100.
Walklet moving really fast, sprinting back to the Husafel carry. Really athletic, moving fast. Almost a length ahead of the other athletes now. Can she keep it going when it comes to the drag? Slow progress. She needs to pick up some speed. Lane number 3. Lyndon Reed is coming through nicely. She's driving hard with every step, moving well, goes into the lead.
Chewing up inch by inch, 50 seconds off the clock. They got 75 seconds to complete the course. 20 seconds remain.
Lyndon Reed stretching out now. She is going to finish this, needs to keep it moving, almost there, half a meter, keep pulling. And she's all the way across the line.
3, 2, 1.
Caitlin almost there, not quite close enough. They will have to take a measurement. But a lot of these athletes are in that battle for that top 10 position. They need to perform well here. This is all or nothing to try and get into day 3.
175 pounds in the sandbag for all 4 athletes. 50 foot the distance to carry down in the sled with a quick hustle back now onto a 200-pound high-temp Husafel stone.
And all 3, lane 1, 2, and 3, all super close in this battle.
First to the trip down, Woods looking comfortable as well. Gilman in lane number 4, also chewing up some distance with
Toomey the first to the drag. She's off with
Wells has that height. Let's see if she
Sandra Wells, also moving well.
is looking awfully steady.
Toomey and Wells at the moment well ahead of the other 2 athletes. Toomey really stretching herself away. This is going to be important in that battle to maintain top 10 positions.
Seconds remain.
Toomey fighting hard.
Taylor currently in 11th place. Tommy currently in 12th place. This could be brutal. Galvin currently in 10th place.
Wells battling hard here.
So that performance from Tommy could prove crucial. And they are off.
Yeah, 2 English, 2 Americans, James and Greathead. competing for
Bryce, if
England.
this were you, would you run between each implement or would you jog? How would you approach it?
I think if you blow your hamstrings out if you sprint, that would be a big mistake. But you have to jog, or you're going to give away too much time. It's it's quite a distance, isn't it? You could probably lose 4, 5, 6 seconds if you didn't. Now this is so much friction here, and of course a lot depends on where you place it. You place it at the back there, and had some great positioning there. My great head right at the back, and you can lift the front up. Just so much less friction.
Is that what you do? Lift the front?
That's what I would do, and it seems to be working. Yeah. The more that let's call it a sledge can be lifted, and the more it's got less of it touching the actual surface, the better, really. And 16 seconds to go.
So I asked Loz whether you'd be allowed to put your hands on the sled and just actually pull it, but I believe you have to keep your hands on the handle, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd probably do a few spins with it though and shorten that rope if it was me. Do something a little bit sneaky if you could. No doubt the referees are on that one. There we go.
Drama in the Masters Women's. So we're of course focusing on the top 3, but also on the top 10, because after those 4 events, we now know who has made the final cut. And just while these incredible athletes compete, so in the Masters, it should be 31.5 points to make top 10, but because Kelly New unfortunately had to withdraw, Janet McGraw gets a late entry, meaning that her 30 points is enough to seal her place in tomorrow's final. So congratulations to her.
Absolutely. This has been a bit of a tortoise and the hare scenario here. Descheny and Sundberg charging off ahead, but it's now Sundberg who's maybe in the lead. Is touch and go here. Murray's very tight as well. Murray's probably just about, no, it's Sundberg for sure coming towards the line here, Radzi. If anyone slips though, it could be a swap around. Sundberg falls over the line. Murray pulls it through for second place, and then Descheny, just the last one to go. Kennedy managed to get it over the line there. A 52.98 was the time to beat by Hogg. Be flat, yeah, absolutely, because it could shift around otherwise, and then one little shift and you suddenly get a real extra jolt of friction. Simple as that. As we move ahead here with our under 82 kilogram women, Anderson, Vasyuk and Areola. And look at the speed on the way back there. My goodness me.
What a sprinter.
Yes, indeed. Vasyuk, really, really quick. Still struggling with the sandbag, I'm afraid, is Anderson.
What an effort from Vasyuk. Superb. Look at this here. Can she cross the line? 15 seconds.
So Anna Vasyuk
refusing to give up.
Brilliant stuff there, but it's definitely going to be the Ukrainian who's going to finish this if anyone does. She does.
Absolutely superb. Almost wanted to turn and celebrate, and just a leg saying no.
Oh, absolutely wiped out. You're right there. Goodness, exhausted. Quite a large contingent. So, our next group out here, Rads.
Judges ready.
In our under 82 kilogram category. Oh, Gable down the end. They're very quick on the sandbag, but it's
220 pounds in the sandbag.
lane 2 there who's doing particularly well.
And Bryce here, a little bit of insight here. Only 11 athletes in under 82, meaning only one athlete will not make the cut.
Yes, indeed, yeah.
Tomaszewski currently in 10th going into this event.
So Rebecca Kumsky there from England. Made a really good start with the sandbag. A little bit slower with the Husefeld carry, and actually they've all ended up just about equal at the start of this drag section. In the lead there, though, probably Abigail Deal of the USA. Little slip there has allowed Comsty of England to catch up. In fact, it looks very close indeed. Perhaps Comsty going to take this on the line. She can just keep the pace up. No, Deal's come back, you know. I think the Americans are just going to grab it. Wow, goodness me, that was very tight. And indeed, it's the American who gets it.
Well, Rebecca Comsty coming into this was in joint third place. How much she'd love to be in.
There's quite a spread of points within the top three. 33 points, Nadia Stowers of the USA. 27 for Brock and then 21 for Bradley. So over 10 points difference between first and third at the moment. As Brock is away super quick in the lead here. Incredibly quick, my goodness me. Hannah Brock of Canada, first to the Husafelt carry and turns around super quick. Probably the shortest of all of them, and she makes good use of it. Scoops it up and off, and she may well come a little unstuck here. We'll have to see what her power's like in the legs. Getting pretty low though and pulling well. In fact, it looks like she's the best of all in terms of dragging as well, Radzi. Brock of Canada coming towards the line here, keeping a steady pace, or has she exhausted? My goodness. A chance here for Crawford. Ashley Crawford of the USA in lane 3, charging through for the finish. This could be the fastest of all. 70.77 seconds to beat.
Coming into this, Jasmine Stowers had not put a single foot wrong. 3 first place finishes. This is the first time she's finishing anything other than first in 4 events. Obviously an incredible athlete, sprinting and possibly cardio fitness, not necessarily her strength, but strength.
USA, but still, we have 3 events to go. All of tomorrow, assuming they all make the final. So there could yet be a big swing. So we're underway here with the open women's. 1 minute and 15 seconds, the time to complete all 3 implements. The sandbag, the Husafelt carry, and of course, the sledge will drag them all back over the line.
In lane 2, we have a brutally fast athlete there in the form of Oskashevsky.
75-second time limit.
Oskashevsky of Canada. Looking really good, actually, pulling this well. Mass pulls mass, and nothing wrong with being very tall and carrying plenty of muscle as well. It sure does help in any kind of pull. Well, struggling there with the sandbag. Not managing to get it off the line in lane 1 was Gandhi. Suhani Gandhi of India doing her very best, but coming a little unstuck with that very big sandbag. It takes quite a wingspan to get around it. One of the shorter athletes in the category.
Because he isn't listening, what event should we have him do? A full show?
What would it take? What would it take to get him out of retirement?
Something, a challenge, like a Dinny Stones or something.
I reckon just money. Sandbag full of dollars might do it. Anyway, we're underway here. Sanyano, Hadley, and Putland. So 100 kilograms or thereabouts, just over 225 pounds.
This could be a close
sandbag.
one. This could be close. Both at the grip at the same time, nothing separating them.
Portland doing really well here, getting a little bit lower, however, is Hadley, and driving very strongly indeed. Naomi Hadley of England.
20 seconds.
I don't see any of these athletes making the top 10 at the moment, but putting in some really impressive performances. Great fitness there for Putland, though, managing to come back after the charge by Hadley, and that hurt big time.
5 seconds.
Lactic acid washing through her.
2, 1.
Absolutely gave it her all, as did the other 2 as well. Little smile there, or is that a grimace of pain?
Also, Bryce, part of the reason
Come on, Radzi. Anyway.
to give bank.
Flugel Down the end there. Hopefully a few flugelhorns going off here. Just to... Sorry, I couldn't resist. So Chapman, Rader, Nyber and Flugel. And it is Chapman who's in the lead here, sprinting back, my goodness me, in the pink tights in lane number 4, who's looking really, really quick. Chapman sits, Annabelle Chapman of the UK, who sits in 5th position overall, 47 points, just a point and a half away from 3rd position. Could capture some great points here, Radzi, very quick indeed, and this is really going to set the time for the others. This is massive here. Ozhevetsky did not finish, so currently the leading time isn't a time, it's a distance. So it hasn't been put up yet, but we're going to get a time right here. This is tremendous stuff here. Right, Chapman of Great Britain, 47 points she's on, Annabelle Chapman. That could well be one of the very top times we see in this open women's category. And when you look forward as to where Gabby Dixon is of the USA in the lead in the opens after the previous events, 51 points. So not far behind at all. And that could be massive, propelling her into tomorrow's final, no doubt. And who knows, maybe propelling her up into a podium position before the final begins. Some Converse that he's flown over in.
He's got some big socks as well, that lad.
He's got, that's the rumour. Lyle, Maggard, Karaskijo and Mushindu all heading off here in this next group of 4. 49.31 seconds by Chapman is what they're chasing. And that is a tremendous run there in lane number 3. It is Karaskijo. My goodness, absolutely manhandling the Husafelt stone. Drops it in. Now, did she drop it in too close to the front of her sledge here? I think that was maybe a little bit of bad placement by her. She's going to find this really hard to get underway, and she is. She's struggling, you know, Radzi. Massive chance here for Maggard to come through and take a victory. Or is sheer power going to pull her through this?
Karaskijo is a brutally strong human being. We saw her in the log press. 12 repetitions, no less. And we're seeing that brute strength coming.
She couldn't have placed those any worse, but look at that, Radzi. Still 25 seconds left on the clock. We don't have an official time, but it's almost certainly going to be close to where Chapman is at 49.31. It'll be touch and go whether she gets the victory or not. And,
well, there's only 1 point separating Inez and Annabelle. Inez 1 point ahead of her in 4th place going into this, so this could be fascinating.
Well, Lyle goes to the ground and will take 4th in that heat, but what matters is up against the other. Right, our next 4 up: Dixon, Haryapa, Roberts, and Lyshuk.
Oh, my earpiece has gone backwards.
Hey, Nick Best, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How about you?
Very good indeed, as we watch Lyshuk here charging ahead in lane number 1. Look at the sprint back there. Nick, surely sprinting that fast is not the wisest when you've got to do a number of them. Or do you think go for it, get the time done?
You want to go at a smooth, steady pace, because the biggest thing that's going to make a difference is your drag. You want all your power available when you go to do the drag.
Now Haryapa here in lane number 2 has a massive height advantage on the others. Will that help in this kind of event in the drag? What do you reckon? Haryapa, we got down this end, Lyshuk as well, coming over for the finish line.
She's coming up quick. She's going to make it, no problem.
I tell you what, she's gone and done it. The fastest time so far. That's extraordinary power there from the Ukrainian.
I can't even hear you.
Don't worry about it. Just bluff it. That's what Radzi and Laws have been doing all weekend.
Oh, okay. So I'm supposed to be able to hear you through these, right?
I know.
And I'm hard of hearing as it is. So.
Hard of hearing, and we're not in a commentary booth.
Come on.
Just do your best, brother.
There it is. I can hear you now.
There we go.
Wow, this is cool. She's still going. Come on. Oh.
Just seeing stars there at the end. A little bit exhausted, Haryapa.
Yeah. Trying to figure out what planet you're on when your head's spinning.
Yeah, we've seen her in numerous official strongman games. She's a very, very tough athlete.
She's a heck of a competitor.
Big time. You know, we're getting towards the real money end of things here at the moment, Nick.
Yeah.
And
I need my glasses.
The top 10, I've only got a pair. Oh, you've got a pair as well. Thank goodness for that. There we are. Loz and Liz there, the First Lady and Lord of Strongman.
Yes, very much so.
Right. So what do you know about many of these open women? Do you And many of these Americans, not so many Americans actually. It's often quite American dominated, but not at the moment. You've got Roberts from Wales, second position. Lyshuk of Ukraine, we just saw, brilliant athlete. Karaskijo we saw earlier from Puerto Rico, winning her group. What a powerhouse she was. And then, of course, Annabelle Chapman of the UK. That's your top 5. But right at the top is a girl called Gabby Dixon of the USA.
She's good.
She's good. Really impressive. Really, really impressive.
Yeah, she's fun to watch. So this is going to be interesting to see how this pans out.
Yes, indeed.